Raw Comedy Podcast.
Welcome to the Raw Comedy Podcast. Brought to you by Bangkok's weekly open mic and home for stand-up comedy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Chris Raufeisen, Raw Comedy Podcast here. Joining me tonight, three of my great buddies, Rick Diez, Justin, Lex Morales. Welcome, boys. What's up?
Yo, why are you guys dressed exactly the same?
He's been spending too much time with me. I'm rubbing it off.
What the fuck? Who's copying who here? Dude, you know what it is? Chris is copying Lex.
I'll be Lex, bro.
He's like, yo, should I get my chain? I'm getting my fucking chain.
He's literally.
Well, you got a chain too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's not like, it's not as fat and I'm not wearing black.
Chris has gotten more facial hair since I met him.
Yeah,
That's how much he's.
Dude, you guys look like the bouncers at like an insane clown posse show.
That'd be a good side hustle.
I wish that was my real job.
Are you guys are in a group of like, it's like Latino, it's like gangster rap, but it's also metal at the same time. So you're like the rapper, and then he's like the weird screamer guy.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
He's like the bassist who has to apologize for being Muslim. Yeah, I know, I do.
Why does he have to apologize for being Muslim?
That's what happened. That's just a trope, man. That's a trope. I didn't invent it.
The Muslim bass player that has to apologize?
You guys laugh.
Bro, I'm sorry. I have to be here. I'm the only one who can. The accent is a little offensive.
Our bass players, are they, what are they usually? Are they usually your
Smooth motherfuckers.
Yeah, the bass players are the ones that are getting late. You're the roadie.
I play bass.
You're the roadie at the back of the bus. It's like,
No,
waiting
I'm
too
the
late.
fucking...
Yeah, you're the roadie who like does heroin.
He's the one who deals the heroin to the band.
And you're like the guitar tech, you hand the guy's guitar, it's all out of tune.
Listen, I'm gonna say this might be Lex's look, but this is still just it's just a scumbag look. I would have arrived at this style independently, even if I didn't.
Right. Well, no, you were already wearing that, you just didn't have the chain.
Right. Lex brought the chain out in me, that's all.
Yeah. His chain is a little shinier than yours. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know. It's probably more real, too, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
I'm just glad that I have an apprentice.
Right. Young grasshopper here.
I've never been so aware of somebody sucking my dick.
Yeah, it's pretty blatant.
Yo, Lex, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up? I'm Lex Morales, dude. Welcome to the... we're gonna sell some knives today.
You guys run a switchblade stall at the farmer's market.
Yeah, we sell knives and do
at the swap meet.
We do hand tattoos and shit like yo. I sell knives. What's up?
So Lex, is that a fitted hat or is that a snapback?
It's a fitted hat.
Nice.
Is it small?
That's a fucking cereal bowl.
No, this is style. This is style.
It's just these. And Lex has a mullet now.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the mullet.
Because the school I'm going to be teaching soon.
Right, so you gotta look professional.
Right.
Make sure
You have to look threatening.
Make sure I don't get that job.
So wait,
no
you need.
I might get a job soon.
You need to be job hunting.
Yes.
But you don't. So like you want to.
So that my girlfriend doesn't kill me.
Right.
Yeah.
So that she's not on your case, and also you're like, hey man, I'm trying to get a job.
They're judging me for my appearance. Go, damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thinking about dyeing it blonde so they know that I'm white. You know, I love how it ties want you to be blonde so they know you're white.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, don't
like
do
that
that
shit.
because you'll get hired at like a prestigious school. You'll be like, this guy looks like a math teacher. You can at least.
All you need is a giant neck tattoo. Then you're the perfect English teacher.
Yeah.
Lex looks like a guy who knows like drug math at least.
Yeah. I can tell when an eighth is.
Yeah,
You can eyeball an eighth.
I don't know algebra, but I know ounces.
definitely.
Yeah. It helped me convert to the Mexican.
So you know how much your dick weighs, dude?
He probably knows because he can put his on the
Chris,
scale.
your dick weighs like a quarter.
It's a stuff. He can put it on the scale. It's just there.
Whenever I used to sell weed, I just I zero out my scale to a gram. That's how much my dick weighs. I just put it on the scale. Oh, I need a gram. Hold up, dude.
Fluff himself.
Oh my god, that's
Good start, boys.
Great start, I guess. Stupid start.
So who wrote down amusement park?
I wrote
amusement park. That's just where these guys work.
Mascots are an amusement park.
Let's see.
It'd be a sweet job. You could be a drug dealer who just works at the amusement park. It's not a bad gig.
That's true.
Everybody just thinks you work there.
Hey,
if
it's
you're
a fun guy.
Yeah.
You travel from town to town.
And repair the occasional Ferris wheel around.
Or not.
No, you don't have to. You just
I go to
like
work.
just
He's
happy that
driving.
you're hanging out with him.
Alexis like he drives to work in a bumper car. I have a bumper car to work, dude.
But he's still got the seat like way back.
He's got a low rider seat showing out.
It goes up and down.
It's got hydraulics.
Hydraulics, dude.
He's like he's just blasting Cypress Hill.
Mexicans. Do I look Mexican? Do I look more Mexican than Asian right now?
I don't know what you look like, dude.
I look Filipino. Is what I look like.
Yeah, I was.
No one said no. No one stopped me on that. No one fought me on that.
You look like you're still struggling with puberty. That's what you look like.
You look like okay, you look kind of Asian-ish, but you also like that outfit is like a 12-year-old who is just going through puberty, who's got his first like mustache, like the peach fuzz, and he's trying to look cool, and he listens to like Limp Bizkit and like Linkin Park and shit. Like,
Yeah, like me when I was 12. You look like me when I was 12.
yeah.
I look like you right now.
Dude, both of you guys, you do like
We're like
motocross.
cousins. We're like Fox and shit.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, so I have this theory that because I work in an office and Justin works in an office, and I feel like we're
Are you trying to make me and
underappreciated.
Lex feel bad right now, dude?
No, I mean yeah, you're unemployed, and that's on you, but that's on the issue.
But listen, Lex, you clean an office, alright?
No.
You guys be working on
Yeah, this outfit.
Yeah, but what I mean,
It'd be great to go to them.
like let's go steal.
okay, no, but like, okay,
Steal pens and shit.
firefighters are considered heroes.
Sorry, fire.
Firefighters are considered heroes.
Yeah, they're heroes.
Policemen are considered heroes
Well,
by,
that's-
by a certain segment of the population.
Sure.
I'd say some are, but some
Yeah.
definitely are not.
But then like emergency nurses and whatever are like heroes. But like who is paying all those people? Like who is making sure all these people get their salaries paid on time? Who makes sure that all this shit gets done
Everybody
behind
else.
the scenes?
HR.
It's all the office people do.
The administration.
And the more I think about it, it's like, oh,
The
you,
deep
you
state.
saved 3 guys,
It's the deep state. You're
but
talking
I
about the deep
fed
state.
1,000 guys thanks to my work. And I'm
You're
getting
saying
no
just because of
credit.
your taxes?
No, and then no, because I feel like every time I hear interviews from comedians, like, oh, dude, a 9 to 5, I would never do that. I hear a fighter. Fighters are like, oh, I would never do a 9 to 5. Like the most people with the
Dude,
most extreme or funner or jobs are like, I wouldn't be caught dead in a 9 to 5. But then you make it and you get no appreciation, dude.
Why would you get appreciation for working a 9 to 5 from anybody though?
Because thanks to your job,
for
a lot of
being
shit
a-
happens for a lot of people.
For
but it's not seen.
being like a taxpayer.
What do you mean? So then, why
think-
would I get
I
less
think that
credit
it's-
than a firefighter?
I think that
Because-
that type of job might be difficult, but it's only because it's like the least human activity you could actually do.
But
But
it's
that's
inhumane.
also a choice that person made by being mediocre
Yeah.
and that's why it is, you know.
Yeah.
That's why. Who gives a fuck?
Because I have a 9 to 5.
Chance.
I have a 9 to
Chance.
5.
Grow a mullet.
And I'm gonna buy a chain, buy a black shirt.
Yo,
And a hat
next week I'm gonna have
next week I'm
next week I'm gonna have a
Let's
mullet.
start, let's start fucking recording kids.
You need sideburns.
Like it's listen, it's appreciated, but that's like the majority of humanity is going to choose the least the.
It's the path of least resistance.
Yeah, and so it's like, you know, that's their choice.
But I
give them no commendation. Sorry. That's
No, my bad. But I just like nobody working a 9 to 5. They're not doing anything impressive. They're not taking
How do you
real
know that?
risks. Well, I mean, they're
Only,
doing things that
only
are.
God can judge me.
Google is people in an office. SpaceX is people in an office. The people
Sure,
that
but
design
I'm
Teslas
saying
are working in an office.
the average office worker, like you or me,
Yeah.
we're not doing anything.
if they're happy, then I commend them.
Yeah.
But if they're not happy, then that's their fucking choice to be sitting there. They don't need me to go over there and wipe their ass.
It really is.
This didn't go in the direction you wanted it to.
I wouldn't expect anything to ever go in the direction I want to in the podcast.
But like somebody who like is a firefighter who goes into burning buildings and saves people.
Right.
That just
Why
you
is
have
that?
a- you
He's
have a
saving
vis-
idiots. Why is the building on fire?
Here's the thing, I think-
why are
honestly-
they prolonging the lives of people that
He-
already that should have died?
He's running the opposite way everybody else is running, and that's why I commend them. Just
That
like
sounds like
check
a bit
this out. But
stupid
check
when
this
you
out.
run the opposite way.
Any job you got, like
Yeah.
check this out. Just give me a boring job. Name a boring job.
Rick.
Yeah.
Boring job.
I don't know what's your job title.
Name a boring
Accountant.
job. Okay, accountant. Okay, you can have a yoked ass firefighter. All right, and he's got like 1 million people watching him and following him, and then you could have a sexy ass accountant, and she would actually have more just because she looks.
Yeah, well, I mean, women get to be heroes just by being
Right,
sexy.
exactly. You get to be a.
They're not so much heroes, but they're admired.
Yes.
Or they're desired by men, and then other women feel jealous of them.
Totally.
But yeah, no, but I see where you're going with this. Like Rick, you're talking about how it's unfair.
You can
So some
almost escape.
jacked-ass firefighter who is a hero, who saves people, a sexy librarian is like way more.
We'll get more clout for sure.
No man, those
That is
guys
true.
those guys in the fire department, they're getting calendars put up just as much as sexy librarians.
That's true, but what woman actually buys a calendar of?
But hey, you know what's safer than firefighters though? You know what's better than firefighters? People that don't start fires to begin with. Yeah, totally.
True.
Yeah.
So people that
listen, I'm 30.
I've never needed the fire department.
I've never had to call a fire department. I'm a fucking.
I've set
I'm amazing.
multiple houses on fire, all by accident.
I've never needed a fire department.
You look like the type of dude who would do it on purpose sometimes.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was all by accident, and all happened about a week after a new insurance policy. It's just a coincidence.
What I did when I was a kid, when I learned how like aerosol, so I was spraying bugs on the outside of we had like cedar shakes on the side. It was like, because the spider crawled underneath one, so I was giving it hard, and then when I pulled out, it was still on fire. And me and my two friends were with me, Micah Bum and Mike Lynham. And Micah Bum ran and turned on the
His
hose.
name is Micah Bum.
Micah Bum. And
Really?
Yeah, really.
That's funny.
And then Mike Lynham ran and got buckets, and we went to and we were getting it out of the pool. We like just splashing it. And when I left the first time, when I came back, it was from like this big to like 8 feet high.
Jesus.
And at a certain point, I was like thinking, this is how young I was. It was like I was thinking I got to get some valuables out of my house, like baseball cards and a teddy bear. Like I was legitimately thinking, like I'm gonna leave my friends as they keep throwing water on it. But eventually, we got it under control.
Nice. You
Yeah,
guys-
Mikey managed to get it under control.
You guys solved your own problem then.
Yeah, and we didn't even get caught with the amount of burnt area. It was just burning so well because it was filled with the stain. So most of the cedar didn't even burn that much.
Oh, varnish.
Right.
It
Okay.
was the varnish that was caught on fire and making it look so good in like big fire. Anyway, that was lucky. And then like a couple months ago, I set my girlfriend's bathroom on fire. Yeah.
How do you set a bathroom on fire?
Because she would smoke cigarettes in the bathroom, and so I took up the habit
Classy
too.
lady right there.
If I took like a big shit,
She's taking shits and smoking darts.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't know if she was taking shits, but that's what I started doing. And one time I ashed in the ashtray and it had a lot of tissues. I wasn't paying attention.
So your cum tissues.
Yeah. And then it was like all of a sudden there was a whole bunch of smoke, and I was like, oh shit.
So you took the water out of the
I
toilet?
threw it in the
Well,
I threw it in the sink.
I know that story's a lie.
I threw it in the
Did you have
shower.
a
I
bum
threw it in the
gun?
shower.
I know that story's a lie because you don't.
No, I just threw it in the shower and then turned the shower on.
So that's not. You didn't so much start a fire. That one you prevented a fire.
Yeah.
I don't believe you because I know
You
you
say
don't.
flags.
You don't come in the tissues. I know you come in your mouth or
His own mouth?
your own
Yeah.
mouth or your own asshole. So that's
How do you
gotta
even
be
do
possible.
Aim.
I don't
Good
know.
aim.
Wait, do you
Like
shoot
that.
it straight up?
Male
Uses
male
witchcraft.
Kegels.
Hey, you know-
Males can do Kegels right now. I'm doing it.
You know what's weird? I was watching. I wasn't watching Harry Potter. You know how people lie about something and then you know how they lie about a topic and then they dive into it? Like,
Right.
I was watching Harry Potter the other day and I noticed I didn't watch Harry Potter.
No.
But I thought of this anyways.
Okay.
You know, because I'm a genius. There's lots of wizards in Harry Potter, but there's all this magic and shit, right? But there's no magicians. There's no just like magicians.
Oh, there's no like Charles the
Right,
First.
there's no
style,
there's no just like magicians.
performers.
Right, seriously. And would you think that you're leaving out like a big What about the guys that? Don't you think if you were a magician and you found out magic was real, you'd be like, oh, dude, how do I get involved?
Well, like,
Right.
why don't I do a theater show and get paid millions of dollars?
Right. How come there's no one that's like that knows magic that's become a magician? Like that's an
That's
easy
a
way
good
to
point.
make like billions of dollars.
Because like you
You
could
know
get
what I
the
mean?
Muggles to come
Yeah,
to
like
your
fuck,
show.
like, fuck all this wizard bullshit. I want to go to the
Fuck
Muggle
fighting.
realm.
You gotta be famous tomorrow.
Fuck all
You're
this
gonna get a
Voldemort
Broadway
bullshit.
show
Yeah,
and make bank.
fuck Voldemort, all this, you know, Defense Against the Dark Arts gay shit. You know, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go to Diagon Alley and get a wand or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'm just gonna do magic for real.
Yeah, he knows way too many adjectives and nouns in this world for him to be calling it gay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, you're a fan.
I'm not a fan.
You're a fan. I've never
I'm just
really
informed. I'm just informed. That's all.
Dude, you and Jackson once riffed about Harry Potter. Who's Jackson, former DJ of rock comedy?
Dude, everyone's read. You've never read Harry Potter?
I know, I haven't actually.
What?
I haven't, no.
Have you seen the movies?
Kind of, but no, not really.
Like, you ever
I
watched it?
read the books. Yeah,
All of
I actually
them?
read the books. Yeah.
See, I stopped at like the 5th book
I read the second book in French for some reason, just because I.
because you want to be extra gay.
Dude, yeah, exactly. I was like, it's not gay enough. Might as well read this shit in French, the gayest language of all. And I didn't like it because
Yeah.
I was like 13, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So maybe like a bit old for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like at the end he stabs the book or whatever the fuck, and then the book somehow I just thought I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. And it just starts
But
like
it all
introducing.
made sense, man.
I was like 8 or 9
All
when that
made
shit.
sense.
I was like the perfect age to. Dude, one time I wrote. You know what I did that was terrible. One time, so my sister loved, not also, because I didn't like it. I was my sister.
Dude, it's okay for you to like Harry Potter, man.
No, stop. When my sister loved Harry Potter, right, and she was so like my sister had a giant crush on Malfoy or whatever, Draco Malfoy.
Is that why you try to look like him?
No, it's not. But
Does that make any sense?
I don't look like
Yeah,
him.
because he's so pale.
Am
Well,
I?
but he definitely looks like a Slytherin.
If you I drink
Yes.
that wine, no, I'm Slytherin
Yes,
game
sir.
100%. But anyway, so my sister's like I don't know 8 or 9.
You too, because
7.
anybody who's not white is in Slytherin.
Pretty much.
No way, man.
Pretty
I took
close.
an online test. I was totally Hufflepuff.
I'm not gonna. This just sounds like the most soft ass. Like you
Yeah,
love
dude,
ass.
Hufflepuff.
Do you ever heard the word like
Hufflepuff.
you
No,
know,
Hufflepuffs are not.
Huff-ass.
We're all inclusive.
Is that the one where it's all fat people? Like,
Hufflepuff
what?
are
I don't
all
know.
inclusive.
What if the sword he had was racist and it just made you like different line? You're like, it just read
Yeah,
like,
you're
what
black.
you get is you're black. Go to fucking.
You're voting for
Gryffindor.
Obama.
Go to Slytherin or whatever. Oh, you're Asian? No, go back to China. You fucking gook. Fuck off. Alright, I'm
What's
sorry.
the philosopher?
That's
stone?
the hat.
Or the hat.
I would go straight. I wouldn't even have to put the hat on. I
You just go straight to Slytherin.
Just go Slytherin.
Yeah.
Just go there. On your belly, crawl.
Slither.
Slither there.
I mean, it would be funny though if you went straight to the Slytherin table and said like, no, like no,
Hufflepuff.
like we know you really want it.
It's like, no.
Do you think Slytherin is kind of the most badass one, right? Do you think they make fun of each other going like, yo, bro, you should be a Hufflepuff?
Yeah, of course, dude. They have to.
Fucking
Bro, I would just, they wouldn't even put me in. They were like, listen, just go and jerk off in the woods next to the castle. Like,
Yeah,
just
you go hang out with that giant.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yo, just go jack off into the woods with Hagrid.
Exactly.
That big retard in the woods. Is he retarded?
No, the size
just a
is
giant.
is a bit.
No, he's a giant. Well, he's not. He's like, he's not a wizard though.
Oh, he's a janitor. He's a giant janitor.
He's a
Actually,
giant.
he kind of looks like you guys. Like if he was in modern times, he could easily have a
Dude,
black.
when Harry
Nike
Potter
sock.
came out, that was a bad day for every fat dude with long black hair. That was a bad day for us.
Well, it's because you guys normally have good days.
I guess you got a good point. Dude, you know what's funny? When I was growing up, my sister loved Harry Potter, and we were kids. She was probably like second, first grade. I wrote a fake letter from a bullshit bad school of witchcraft and wizardry, and because you know how you get the letters when you're when you're
Yeah, but you probably wrote it on like a notebook paper with frills on the side and everything.
No, I wrote it on old ass paper and wrinkled it up like I
So you made
smushed
it
it up
look legit.
and then I made it look legit and then used like weird ink and I wrote like, hey, you've been accepted to this school. It's in the middle of Lake Michigan, and you got to meet at Navy Pier at 9:30 at night. And I slipped it on her bed like it was like a bone shit. I threw it. That was
owl at the door.
It was a dead owl, dude. Yeah, exactly. And I come into the room, my sister's room, like an hour later. And she's straight up packing her bags, dude. She's packing all of her shit.
How old was she?
Get the fuck out, dude. She's like second grade probably. And then I was I don't know how I told her. I think this laughing colored it dumb.
Charming.
Cool. Another.
And then she
2 for 2. Chris.
Yeah.
Bro,
I saw.
The ability to screech and
I
fall.
saw a video today about the train platform that's supposed to be.
what a game.
So they put like a trolley like halfway into the wall, and I saw this video of this guy just like jumping the queue, running, and just slamming his face on the wall.
Because he thought he would go to Hogwarts?
Yeah, or he was really drunk. And I could totally see you doing that, Chris.
I don't
So,
drink,
imagine you face planting on
If
the wall.
you really believe.
I don't drink or exercise, so I can't do either of those things.
Lex was saying before we started recording, he was just like, I'm just gonna bet on like evil ass companies
Yeah.
that are just like
That-
Put all
It's a
my
genius
money in the
strategy.
badge in
Yeah.
evil shit.
But there are like evil
Solid.
stocks, like pools, stocks, because you.
I want just the evil portfolio.
No, but people invest in that because there's a lot of like publicly traded like weapons.
Yo, can you short
contractors,
countries? Like, yo, I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabia, this shit's not gonna work out. I'd like to bet on them failing.
Yeah, you can.
Can you do that?
Yeah, probably.
But you have to already have stock in them. You have to already have stock in them, and then you sell when they're low, and then buy. You sell, and then buy back when they're low.
I stake assassin, so I'll put like $100
That's
into
short.
the murder of this one guy, and if it goes off smoothly,
Dividends, bro.
10x. Watch that green candle. Ooh. I know all the terms.
Yo, I'm taking financial advice over here from a guy that lives in his car.
from the Candle and Beauty and the Beast and shit.
He lives in his car by choice.
That,
Breaks the candle.
Breaks the
Breaks the
candle.
candle
He's
for
more like
Beauty
a
and the
teapot.
Beast. What? Oh, you want the clock? He's the clock. Rick,
Right.
no. Lex is the clock.
You're
and,
the
Dude, I'm the
beast.
I'm the Beast, dude. You're the teapot. Your chip or whatever.
Oh,
fucking
the little-
thing.
little-
You turn totally the fucking little cup.
Okay, fine.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Fine.
That's so you, dude. Chip, dude. And I'm Beast, bro.
Except that you don't turn into a handsome dude ever.
I just stay the Beast.
just stay the
I
Beast.
just stay Beast.
And-
in every
No, no, no,
shit.
no,
when, you,
no,
when you turn human, you still have that like donkey dick thing. That is
Yeah.
weird.
And when you
shit.
turn human, she goes like, could you go back to beast?
Right.
Yeah.
No, he just is the beast, and he's mad, sexually aggressive, and angry and stuff.
Bro,
And then he never.
I never close.
No, that's just how he stays forever.
But do I get a chick at least?
Uh,
I can still
apparently,
wheel, right?
yeah,
You
but-
get to lust.
I still wheel, right?
yeah, I guess.
I still wheel a hot French.
Dude, I was watching. There's this new nature documentary on Netflix with David Attenborough,
Oh.
and it's called Life in Color, and it's just about how various animals use color, and then they do this thing where they have different like infrared cameras or like UV light cameras that shows how the animals see it. And that part's kind of interesting. But what's the funniest part to me is there's these. So just birds in general are hilarious because birds, like a lot of animals, like mammals, they go around like they'll just take the pussy. They'll just rape, right?
Yeah, dude.
But birds,
Like humans.
like
They
yeah, like
are.
humans. Birds, like male birds, will do like a whole dance and like look at my colors and shit.
Yeah.
And then they gotta convince the ugly ass female
They'll
bird.
build a house.
Yeah,
all
right.
that stuff. Yeah.
But
Birds look
then,
good.
there's these lizards that, as they mature into like sexually mature adult male lizards, they start getting all these crazy colors on their scales, like bright red and yellow and blue and shit, and they look like starter jackets almost. And as they get bigger, they get more and more colorful, and that's how they show dominance. So
Yeah.
they'll start like fronting on each other. And so like let's say Rick is like a rival lizard, I'll just be like, yo, look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, and then you're like, look at that shit. And then it's like, you better fucking step off, son. Look.
We're
Yeah, that's exactly why when I pulled in here with this sweet ass mullet, you guys were all just like, what the fuck, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And
we
I'm
all just like doing.
I don't have scales. Like the scales fly on the show, dude.
So then, if they don't agree on who has the nicest scales,
Who's got the most steez?
who's got the steeziest scales, they fight. They gotta fight. and then if you win the fight, you get like more testosterone and more bling out of it.
Yeah, you actually will start. That animal will actually start producing more
colors and well, testosterone.
Lobsters do that too. Yeah,
crazy.
lobsters will. So they'll literally know before they get into the fight. They'll know that this motherfucker is a badass lobster.
It's gonna start getting like.
So you can use it as like, I don't want to fuck with this guy. He's already too colorful.
Right.
He's won a lot of fights.
You know,
And when you get enough after they
when
get
you're talking a specific color, I just always thought this was a trip. Was like, what is it? The shrimp? Did they talk about the shrimp that has like the super fast punch?
the mantis shrimp.
The mantis shrimp.
Not in this particular one, but yeah.
Well, not only does it have that super badass punch, but it has it literally has 17 cones. So we have what, 2 cones or 3 cones? 3 cones in our eyes to see like our primary colors, right? They have 17 cones.
So they can see shit that we can't even.
Yeah, all
conceive.
infrared, all that fucking
Yeah.
light spectrum.
Underwater.
So think about what they're seeing and shit, right? Because you
We
wouldn't have
can't
it,
even think
you
about what
wouldn't
we're seeing.
reflect it if you
Yeah,
didn't
we
have,
don't
you know,
know,
like
yeah.
that.
You
And
tell what
you
it
look
is.
at it now, it's already pretty spectacular. It looks like this cool metallic badass thing.
Yeah.
But it, like when you're watching it, fucking getting boners and shit,
Yeah.
your shrimp boners, just looking
Do
at
little shrimp
There's not
boners.
even like we have all like
Do shrimps even have dicks?
Sure.
Yeah, shrimp dick, dude. You ever been called it? Once ever called you a shrimp dick?
Oh,
Of course
bro.
they exist. Look in your pants, bro.
Dude, to me, like,
Well,
that shrimp is, that's cool. To me,
But
fucking
is it for
all
mating?
seafood is just, they're like big insects that live
Yes,
in the ocean.
exactly. That's exactly what.
Dude,
that
a lobster is like a
Yes.
scorpion.
Right.
Yeah.
A fucking shrimp is like a cockroach.
Yes.
A crab is like a
Spider.
crab.
Spider.
A spider.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The way they move, the way spiders swim in the fucking ocean, it's the same. And like, dude,
Yeah.
they all have, like, you know, a couple 80 whatever million years ago, like, some of them pieced out, went into the ocean, and then the other just stayed on land and became smaller because they had to compete for shit.
Hey,
And
there's
then-
no evolution.
And underwater, there's no gravity, so they can just get big as fuck.
They just get yoked.
Right? So they just get yoked.
You're going to hell, dude.
Why? Because evolution.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, so if you
You know
guys,
what else isn't underwater? Jesus.
Yeah. So explain underwater world.
yeah, Jesus can't even swim, dude.
He's always so
always
buoyant.
walking
He's
on
so
water.
buoyant.
He's so fucking buoyant that that's how he walks on the water.
Have you seen that stuff about octopuses, dude? Octopuses are like
I haven't
crazy,
seen that shit,
crazy
but,
smart.
but don't they have like
Stop
4
after
hearts?
you, like,
They're crazy. Sorry, you got a fucking.
I didn't
boner right now. No, so I got a huge rock.
Yeah, talking about all these.
Talking about these sea creatures, bro.
It'll sound, the audio will sound
Yeah,
like you're
dog.
jerking off.
They're getting hungry.
I got it. But anyways, we're talking about
Well, the octopus thing, I didn't see that one.
Octopus
octopus
are
teacher.
awesome.
It was weird.
Octopus know how to
Basically,
shuffle cards.
it was about a guy. The octopus teacher was on Netflix. It was about a guy who he goes in the ocean every single day and fucks this octopus right in the fucking in the ink hole, bro.
Is that really what he does?
Basically.
Isn't that how the
Steve Irwin?
Steve Irwin died?
Him, it was
Is that how
it was a
Stingray?
stingray.
Trying to fuck his stingray.
Oh, there's a
That's right.
documentary about it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got away with fucking so many animals over the
He
years.
fucking animals.
Wait, who was Steve Irwin?
Crocodile Hunter.
Crocodile.
Oh, okay. Because I saw there's a documentary about it.
Dude, now his kid's doing fucking shit. Now the kid is following the footsteps of his dad and shit. Right?
Is he doing the same like, oh yeah, night?
Nah, he carries himself more like seriously.
We got a real wriggler here.
I don't know, but he's
And
a
he's-
good. Him and his mom.
He's a good
like-
Christian boy.
Yeah, he's like a polite, nice young man, I think. Yeah, but his dad fucking got killed by stingrays.
Just hearing Chris pull the brakes on comedy.
It was dead,
I'm watching it happen to me in front of me.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah, but
I mean,
his
you've
dad
seen it
died,
plenty of
so-
times. So.
What's It's when you said that he fucks him in the ink hole.
Oh, right.
Why?
Well, no, the thing is, this guy, I'm sorry, the whole thing was a crazy tangent. This whole, he follows his octopus every day and watches it, you know, and it gets in fights, and eventually it like warms up to him and like fucking will suck his dick and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm just joking. We'll wrap up and suck his chest and like go to his like just play with him and shit and like be friendly and playful, and it doesn't see him as a threat and like it chills with him, right? And this is after like 180 days, and then you know, and then it gets in a fight with a shark, dude, and the shark bites its fucking dick off, tentacle off, bro. Right? So I'm trying to put a joke in every.
Why don't you just
every
say
chance.
the thing? Say what happened. Why do you need to make it about like fucking an octopus?
Because everything is about some dude.
Everything's about
something.
fucking something, right? Because anyways,
I didn't shave my hair. I pulled it out.
Listen to
the
Chris.
story.
I'm sorry, boys. Keep going. Don't stop.
Justin's gone to the toilet for the
Justin's gonna take a
50th
shit.
time.
I'd rather listen to Justin diarrhea than hear another story about Chris and his.
we're done.
It's really funny.
Anyways,
Just listening to
tell me
silence,
why.
and if we shut up for 10 minutes, it's funnier.
Let's just listen to Justin take his shit. Seriously, it'll be better than whatever I have to say. I promise. Listen,
Yeah.
the shark bit off this tentacle,
Yes.
and it grew back immediately.
What?
Yeah, not
You
immediately.
mean- no. Stop.
It grew back.
Stop.
It took like a couple months, but it grew back immediately after a few months. It grew back completely, and then
This story is
and then it
amazing
mated.
because-
But here's the thing: then it mated, right? And as soon as an octopus mates, or if you're a woman octopus, you die, dude. That is sad. Then the next day, he found this. Here's what I think
That
is
doesn't happen.
right. No, yeah, it does. It does. So
After
he,
they give birth?
yeah,
Every-
right.
You said after they meet.
After they mate, she gives birth and she dies. Basically, that's her life cycle, basically, right?
No, that's how
And,
every woman you have sex with feels.
They die inside. They die inside.
Oh shit!
Kill me.
Dude, that's terrible.
You found me eating octopus?
No, I hate octopus.
But it's not moral, it's just that you don't like the taste.
If it's,
And texture,
yeah, if it's
right?
fried, I think.
Well,
it's
that's two questions. So today I would say I don't necessarily find it moral,
Okay.
but I hate the texture of it. It's a very common dish in Spain.
Okay, yeah.
really?
It's yeah.
But you
just
don't eat it
grilled-
because you
grilled
think
up.
because they're smart, right? You just don't like it because you don't like it.
Oh no, it's chewy. It's just like
Okay.
it's like eating rubber when it's not.
Do you think that that's like I was watching, my ex-girlfriend was watching like TikTok or some, she would watch these videos of like other Asians eating octopus alive.
Yeah.
And one, the sound of it grosses me out. But two, it's also like so inhumane to kill. Like that's the idea, right? Is kill it.
Very like.
It's a smart animal. It's a smart animal.
Yeah, but and it's also just alive, right? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't that? Is,
I mean,
when
most
call-
of the things you
so-
kill them when they're alive.
So this is what I mean.
No,
this
but-
is what I thought. Yes, that's true. But no, you don't. You
don't eat them while they're still alive.
Eat them while they're still alive. That's the weirdness. Is like we like literally calling something like dying humanely, right? Like literally, isn't that what makes us human? Is the way we kill things.
Well, also, but in a sense, yes, because we are capable of even caring about the amount of suffering that the thing we're killing is going to go through.
Yeah,
A
but
lion who's attacking a gazelle isn't going like, oh, I want to kill this thing in a lion way so that it doesn't feel pain. It's just going like, I'm fucking hungry. I'm going to bite this thing on the neck till
Right.
it's dead.
Yeah.
So humans at least go like, okay, well, let's try to kill this thing in a way that
Yeah,
makes
but
it suffer
it's-
as little as possible.
Let's agree to disagree, because the lion is like, I'm gonna let this gazelle live until I'm hungry, and then I'm gonna find one and kill it. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, that gazelle is gonna do whatever the fuck that gazelle wants to do.
Good.
What
Yeah,
we do
it's
is we put them in a cage for years,
Yeah, that's not very
and we
humane.
feed them shit,
Yeah.
and then we
To
kill
make their
them.
titties bigger,
Yeah.
and then we give them drugs and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
Then we
horrible.
make them get COVID with each other,
And we don't really even respect life anyway in the first place. So like we're gonna talk
of
about
each other either.
Even
yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, of our own.
Right.
But okay, but that's the worst of humanity. There's
No, there's no less than
no,
this.
I eat
Nah.
chicken all the time. Why do you think I need to go take shits every fucking?
But it's not even like
Because we're in Chris's house.
it's not even about. You just have to shit as soon as you walk in. Dude,
Something about
it's,
Chris's
it's
place
not even
that
about
makes me
animals. Like,
shit.
dude, we make like the only reason we can have anything actually is because there's a workforce of slaves basically willing to just make this shit for no money.
Oh wait, so you
You
mean
know.
that office workers are heroes?
No,
No,
I
he
mean
means, like, farm
sweatshop,
laborers and-
sweatshop workers, people that make electronics,
Dig it
Oh,
up.
you're
people that
firing,
make clothes and
yeah.
fabric and shit. They're like they're the unsung heroes of this period of time for
But-
sure, man. And like I think one day we'll look back at this era.
And we'll think we're barbaric.
Like, oh, these guys are assholes because they
Yeah.
basically had a quarter of the population making
But-
shit for the
But
rest.
what are we?
always-
But what are we
Yeah.
supposed to do though? And we have been
It's not
getting
always
better.
though.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Right?
So we could theoretically become fucking totally like in harmony with the earth and shit, and through technology have like, we have no idea how good life could get for people, and by extension fucking everything else that's on earth. We have no idea. It could get amazing. Like we could, well it can. Well, it's been trending that way. It will. Compare,
not for everyone.
Not for everybody, but for more and more people.
Yes.
The people who are alive today, if we kind of never mind COVID a little bit, because this has fucked shit up for people, but the people that are alive today are the most long-lived, educated, like overall, there's like the lowest level of poverty, lowest level of violence, lowest level of warfare that's ever fucking existed.
So yes, but
there's also
I know what I'm gonna say is not a popular opinion, so I'm not even saying it's necessarily mine. But
no,
in terms of the paradox,
with both of you. Go.
it's just that this by also means the life expectancy is longer for most people because health services have gotten better for most people, and because revenue is better and jobs are less difficult. So overall, people live longer, and there's more and more population. So there's more and more resource use. So the more things get better, the more we have to exploit resources.
No, but then the thing is, we get more efficient at it, and you get better at it, and you make it more sustainable.
But at some point,
so like
you have to cap the population.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then that could happen naturally or through eugenics.
No, because it also shows that science has proven that based off trends, the smarter, more educated people are, the less birth rate goes down. Yeah. And you find a more balanced, harmonious situation. So if you can build up wealth in the lower,
you make
poor people fuck because they have no money to do anything else. It's the funnest thing to do anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jeff Bezos, who is now not the richest man in the world, donated half the money he has to Africans.
He can have homeless in America right now.
Yeah, whatever, to whoever, he would still be very, very, very rich.
Yeah.
And why are these people keeping that money? I just don't understand.
No, but I think
they cannot spend it.
But
we're learning and figuring
to me, that's separate to the discussion we're having, where human potential could.
But think about this.
But,
you get a chance to be the most richest
for example, with factory farming, which I think 100 years from now, we'll look back on what we were doing with our food, and we'll think like this is gonna be like the way we think about shit like slavery back in the day. Like we'll be like, how the fuck are we doing that?
Yeah.
But if you could create meat like in a lab,
we can already do that.
We can already do that, but it's too fucking expensive.
Because people like Jeff Bezos own those farms and don't want those products to be sold.
But it does trend. But what I'm saying is, it's trending.
Can I jump in something to a new thought that I haven't ever had, and we've had is I come across this book that was this guy wrote like 96 called. It was a guy written together, so it was something in how. How is the guy who sold this video? It's called The Fourth Turn. The end of the fourth turn. Have you guys heard about this? So he's just mapping out. He was basically trying to write history. You'd like this too. Is instead of just looking at a generation, where we look at generations now, like say this 10-year period, and you usually focus on the people who are already in power, right? You don't look at the lifespan of somebody who's gotten into power and how they were developed and stuff like that. So if you're looking at he's kind of saying that their generations, even though the individual is the individual, there is a generational morality to these groups, and blocks of 20 in an 80-year cycle, and we're at the end of one of them, which is like the most difficult out of all four, which is like having a major crisis. And the last one that happened, and this is basing it off America, but it's also
like Gulf War. The last one? Or
no, the last one was 80 years ago, so it was around World War II. World War II.
At least 20 years.
20-year increments in 80-year cycles.
Okay, I see.
So there's like
20-year generations.
Quarters that happen.
Yes, and we're in the fourth quarter. We're in the fourth term, which is this similar to like World War II, and before that would have been like the Civil War, right? Mm-hmm. Before that would have been some other
Revolutionary War, 1812,
1917, 19.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's just basically generational, where you have somebody, the last generation who dealt with a major crisis isn't around to give guidance to the newer generation, and then and it's also like the boomers, who are the most pampered out of all generations, also become these entitled cunts at these end of the situation,
Right.
right? So that they are like, they didn't even put into the system, and that's what you see a lot of, right?
Right.
This wealth that just came, and now this also wanting of everything to be taken care of, like they're just dumping it off on future generations.
Right.
And so oddly enough, they're like the generation that's happening now, more I think Rick and me age compared to you guys, but it's so close, right? Everybody's individual, is like, they're like these pragmatic people who solve, just get it over with, like just fucking solve the shit.
I think generational cutoffs are kind of they're arbitrary no matter what.
Whatever.
but-
90s kid. It's so stupid. 90s baby. That's the dumbest fucking
It's
shit.
just interesting because they were looking at time also as like parallel. When you get born, you don't just this chunk of life, but you have these experiences through that 8-year life cycle of 8 years also.
Oh, so because it maps right onto the
So,
life expectancy.
What
of
is,
human
so,
life.
so, so when was the beginning of this cycle?
It was like it was we're like in the middle of it.
You could put it anywhere though.
Somewhere around, I think they were saying that it's somewhere around like the 28th.
Okay.
With that being said, this is a very basic point to
2008?
make.
2008?
2008?
No, 2028.
No, but-
2028.
Oh, that's when it's over?
This is when it ends?
No, will be like the crisis is really hitting an apex.
Yeah.
Oh, 2028.
Well, okay, so
Interesting.
this is a basic point to make, but compare
This
this
is like 10 more-
century
10
to
more years.
last century. The first 21 years of this century, we're doing a lot better than the last one at least.
Right.
Yeah, because they were at. Well, I don't even know the cycle yet. I gotta learn it more.
No, but history does kind of move in cycles like that, for sure.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
cyclical.
But I was thinking about what you said because I was thinking about.
But wait, right around it was the Roaring '20s, and then everything went crashing down.
Yeah, so we could do that again.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But it's
Well,
not-
we haven't
it's
had
not-
a-
it's not just gonna
Roaring
repeat
'90s,
We
itself
haven't had a
every
world
year.
war yet, so we're doing them.
But listen,
better on that
the only
front.
reason we would repeat everything is because we're
Do you think
retarded.
music? Do you think music after the pandemic ends, and is music gonna be like,
Maybe.
and like women just put their hair
Yeah,
all
it'll be like
stupidly
Art
like in the
Deco.
20s, and then we're all fucking like, it's just like Ernest Hemingway. He's
Look,
gonna,
look at all the
he's
pictures
gonna be
of
a trap
after World
rapper.
War II, the Americans coming home, and they're all doing that too,
Yeah.
right? All the sailors
Yeah.
kissing.
But the
girls
thing is, I
on
don't
the
think you can't sell anyone on the war like they did back in the day. You know what I mean? Unless they're truly evil motherfuckers.
But it could be just crisis.
Well, back in the day,
They've tried.
yeah,
Because,
but
like, no one's ever
World
been
War
more-
One was a legitimate cause to
But here's the
fight.
thing: name an enemy that's more evil than what the Nazis did in the
There-
40s.
there-
There's never really been someone that fucking evil.
Yeah, well,
actually.
you
Except
know.
like the British and but like that's
But no, but
bullshit.
since then,
But since like World War II,
Right?
right?
Did you have like the
no one's been really that evil.
I don't know, like the Husseins or
Like,
pretty-
yeah, but they weren't that
serious?
powerful.
yeah, they weren't that.
Yeah, but they were just doing shit in their little fucking
Pinochet.
okay.
Like General
Pol
Motherfucker.
Pot,
Yeah, that's like
Right.
Mao.
But maybe here's the thing. Maybe so that cycle exists. But what if that cycle exists differently for different countries, basically? And
Yeah,
it kind
but
of just
the
plays.
argument was that since the last, like, in this last term and stuff like that, because of like technology and everything becoming inert, they kind of pulled everybody into the same cycle. So if you look at like other countries, like Europe in particular, there's like a draw towards authoritarianism and stuff.
It is
That's
wild
part of the cycle.
how
That's part of the
Europe,
cycle.
a lot of countries in Europe, right-wing parties are getting like way more popular support. A lot of that has to do with like the migrant waves.
Well, no, but this is what he's saying is it's the general idea of like what you were born with. So I was raised on, say, like I was an 80s kid and I'm listening to Reagan speak in like the economy's doing well, but there's like the idea of this idealism of America, right? So like I have this idealism of America and I believed in it like religiously in a weird way, right?
Yeah,
Of like,
it is.
it's like, and it wasn't this white America that I wasn't savvy enough to learn this white America. It was more about like community and this pride of like a moral,
Citizen.
a moral impetus to help the world get better, right? So that's a characteristic he says of my generation is that they were very like
The
community based and healing kind of stuff. In a pragmatic way.
90s is all like slime me, bro.
I don't know.
Like
Space Jam, bro.
Chilling at the bed.
Fresh Prince of
Chilling
Bel-Air.
at the balled up and doing. I can't even say the words right now. I'm so fucking. I hate the not so fresh Prince right now.
Yeah.
The not that fresh Prince.
Funky Prince of Bel-Air.
This is
Like 8 months ago, we was talking about having a baby with Psy.
That's not true.
That was just an anchor baby though.
Yeah, that's right.
no. That was her anchor baby, if anything.
Yo, I think I'm a dad.
Yo, I'm gonna be a dad, bro. Yo, I'm gonna be a
Hey, pour
dad.
some more piss in your cup.
Hey, hand me that joint. I'm gonna be a dad, dude.
You know, Chris has said that to me so many times.
What?
He's like, yo, I think my girl's pregnant, bro. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when you don't wear condoms. Every once in a while. The thing is, girls are overly, they're overly like attuned to pregnancy scares.
What I don't understand out of Chris's stories, I don't understand how he finds so many girls that will have sex with him without a condom. Immediately, like, dude, put a condom on immediately. just like this in front of him. Here's the condoms.
Well, nah, these
Just
are.
like,
We're just
doing
having established that.
Rick, if you're the type of girl who's gonna let Chris fuck you,
You know, yeah.
you're not exactly the most cautious. You know what I mean?
Well put.
And also, just women don't like condoms either.
That's true.
Have you ever had a girl, like, you go to fuck her and you're like, I'm gonna put on a condom? I don't know why I'm looking at you.
No,
But
it's
you
not
go to
happening.
put on a condom and she gets a little offended. She's like, what, you think I have STDs?
Right,
Yeah,
something
those
like
are
that.
those are the dirtiest ones.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I didn't before, but now that you say that,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
definitely gonna put on.
Sure.
Don't.
Chris just buys extra large condoms so that he knows it'll slip off halfway through it.
And then he's just going like.
Horrible. Horrible.
Do you ever think something stays in?
It just gets soft.
Just salt
I just regular condom just falls on.
He slowly gently higher inside her.
He comes in it and then he leaves it.
That's like a
Yeah. Gotta arch that back and all.
And
the
she's
dick-
like, did
the
you
whole
wear a
dick in
condom?
there.
Like, yeah, for some of the time.
Yeah, for until it slid off, you know.
Do you ever break a condom? And then you're like,
Right,
man,
that's
this feels so. No, it's not because.
No, I know.
So we the first like place that I moved out of with a couple of buddies, they went. I'm explaining this shitty. My two roommates went to like some sexual health clinic and got a bunch of free condoms. Because you could just get that. You could get a bucket of just free condoms. But they were like flavored and weird and like poor quality. So they would always just break.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sick.
Where were they
It's
breaking?
nice. No, it's nice because then you have like a cock ring.
Then you have a cock ring,
Yeah.
and then you're like, this is starting to feel pretty good. We only used about 10 of them, but still.
On each other?
Someone
For practice.
Yeah, man.
They gave away
Well,
so
we're
many
not-
condoms.
The thing is,
They gave away so many shitty condoms.
It's not gay if you wear a condom.
It's
But-
not gay to be gay.
But you know,
They gave away condoms that just break.
I disagree. I think it's pretty gay to be gay.
I don't think there's such a thing as gay.
Really?
I mean, I think there's such a thing as gay. What I mean to say is that it doesn't really matter. There's just
No, of
no,
course
it doesn't. There's nothing. There's just like
This is life, and
it's
that's
just
right. This is
There's some alcohol,
This is
and
life
a couple
and-
rails of coke, and who knows what's gonna happen.
Just
It's
hanging my
just
two
life
closest
fucking-
friends.
It's just life.
It's just life, bro.
Life finds
Not
a way.
gay, it's just life, bro.
Dude, I'm just living.
It happens, man.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, it's like some Aristotle shit, bro. Yo, it's like it's like some Aeropostale shit, bro.
Aeropostale?
The great philosopher, dude.
Like that waspy brand.
Established 1987, bro. What's up?
So I've taken
Brought it
Wait,
to
wait,
the
what are you talking?
gays.
You're talking about the
Gay shirt store.
Aeropostal.
Shut up! You like you wear a closet full of Aeropostale. You came out of a closet full of Aeropostale.
Yo, dude.
Bro,
Dude,
no, but to break you
your
the
closet
condoms
was just full of Aeropostale and Abercrombie and Fitch and Hollister.
and shitty flavored condoms, dude.
Yeah, that flavored condoms. That was me and my boys.
Yo, if you wear Aeropostale, you fuck with a flavored condom. Yo, who made flavored condoms? Like, yo, you gotta fucking
Some bitch.
Yo,
Some girl made a flavored
no, there's
condom.
no way because that's the dumbest thing. It's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you, but also in case you wanna like blow me with a condom.
That's what it is.
In case you wanna blow me with a piece of rubber on my dick, here's
Yeah.
here's what it
Yeah,
tastes
it's gonna
like.
taste like-
a rubber cherry or some
Yeah.
bullshit. Shut up, you know exactly what it tastes like, Justin. Shut up. Yo, I bet you just eat.
This is how he did it.
You just eat. Yo, Justin,
No, I just put them on my
You
root.
just eat flavored condoms for breakfast like, in a bowl.
No,
You
I just
eat flavored.
I just had them
condoms.
like chewing tobacco.
You eat like candy.
I'm just watching the hockey game. I've got like
Blowing bubbles?
a drummer.
Has little nipple on the bubble.
You blow like bubble.
See this weird nipple thing?
Oh my
The
god.
reservoir.
Just chew it. Hey boys, we're not using these condoms anyway. Might
Right.
as well chew them.
okay.
Oh,
So anyway, so so how come they never show people taking shits in movies? Because like
mean
this
the-
isn't a movie,
The
but
actual shit falling out.
no, just a guy going like, I gotta go take a shit. Like we're following John Wick for like 48 hours at some
it's
point.
I felt the same thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Problem.
And they rarely eat. John Wick has to eat.
Yeah.
Like he never stops to
I
eat,
like-
he never stops to shit.
I like the idea of like, because anytime you do see somebody shitting in a movie, it's like funny. But I would love to see like a Meryl Streep crying her eyes off and
I'm gonna go take a
I need to
diarrhea.
take a shit right
now.
now. I need
And
to
she
go
feels a
take
little
shit.
better afterwards. She's like, you know, that made me feel a little better.
I want to see like Lord of the Rings. You know, it's like Aragorn's like, all right, hold up, everyone, I gotta take a
You just
shit.
gotta go take a shit
Let me
in the
just take a
woods
shit.
too. So it's Aragorn. Hold up. It's Aragorn with his pants down. So I don't know if you guys have done much shitting in the woods, but there's many techniques you can do. You grab onto a small tree, right, and you just hold it. And then that way you're comfortable when you're shitting. And then everyone's like, oh fuck, I don't have any tissue. He's gonna wipe his ass with moss.
Sword.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Dude. Or just like, yo, I gotta take a shit at the walls of Helm's Deep real quick before the battle.
Yo,
Like,
where's
none
the
of the orcs,
hung out, man?
none of the orcs like took a shit real quick before the battle.
You know, the
Or
orcs are
nothing.
gnarly though. Orcs just shit themselves.
Yeah, nobody's shitting in war movies.
Yeah, what are you
either.
talking about? Orcs
Yeah.
just shit. Yeah, that Mordor smells like shit, bro. There's no.
Definitely. There's no way it smells nice. We didn't really finish this topic though of shitting in movies. Because when they show fucking in movies,
Yes.
it's really unrealistic. Because it's always like super passionate. And then they'll fucking like clear the table and like break a bunch of shit. And then the guy enters, he never a condom. Ever. Flavored or otherwise, never put on. And then they fuck.
Or foreplay.
No foreplay, no condoms.
Nothing.
Right.
They fuck for about 30 seconds and then they both come at the same time. They both come immediately.
No, stop, dude. You're making my dick hard.
They both
Nobody
come.
gets slapped. Nobody's crying.
There's no shitting.
Yeah.
They're super happy about it.
Yeah, and they both come. It's like perfect. And then they sleep. And then maybe they go to the bed or whatever. And then they sleep and they wake up and they're still like hugging each other. Nobody fucking sleeps like that.
Nobody has anything like that.
I mean, yes, we fuck like that, but we don't sleep like that. There's no crying.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a certain amount. I feel like it's a certain amount of snuggle time if you're with a partner, right?
Well, this is-
and at a certain point, it's like, all right, now get the fuck off me because I gotta sleep.
Let's examine a fucking an example.
Do any of you guys, because everybody here has a significant other, do some of them are female, others.
Others are on the paper.
No, but do you
I'll tell you.
do any of you
I'll tell
ever
you a scene.
fall asleep cuddling your girl?
Never.
Fucking never.
Can't.
I passed
Just
out
physically
drunk.
can't. Huh?
Maybe, yeah,
I passed out drunk.
in the beginning, sure. Yeah, not for a while.
No, I had to wait uncomfortably until I think she's asleep to like get out of it. I can't sleep.
Wait, you're not
I just can't
allowed-
fall asleep.
You don't allow yourself to be like, hey, listen, my arm's falling asleep. I don't move my arm.
Yeah. So, but then I don't fall asleep cuddling, do I?
Yeah,
No, you just prepare ahead of time.
Yeah, no, but that's after a while in the relationship.
I fall
Right.
asleep cuddling because I get my fuck on beforehand. So I'm so tired, I'll just pass out. That's how it happens, man.
Actually,
Chris, you know.
Chris is just terrified. Lex is cuddling him.
And
He wakes up with Lex's fucking morning breath.
Actually, Lex sleeps. He sleeps with his face down and his ass is just up in the air, dude. That's how Lex sleeps like that. Actually,
And your nose is right up
that's
in
how he
there.
cuddles. No. Dude, there was a kid when I was in Boy Scouts. There was a kid.
This is a good start.
And and he slept. This is how he slept. He slept on his back with his arms and legs in the air like this. Like he slept like a dead possum, like
That's
on
weird.
his back, and he did that. I did that too.
I've seen
And,
people who sleep.
He's a weird kid. He's also weird when he was awake too. So it made sense.
Right,
He's also
right.
a complete weirdo.
But I'm not, I don't,
You slept on your back and your dick up.
I don't like this thing of normalizing cuddling for the entire sleep.
I didn't sleep with a.
But that's not something to do with
so cold. It's just fucking.
That's, I'm saying,
forever.
yeah, all movies of all.
The only time I've ever had movie sex is when I've fucked up, and it's like in a movie where it's like
They fuck up.
immediately when they fuck up, where it's like way too.
Like it's a comedy.
What was the last sex scene you saw in the movie? What was the last movie sex scene you saw?
I don't know. Fucking.
That's the one in Top Boy.
What's the last movie you saw?
Top Boy.
Season 3.
The last
I love Top Boy.
movie I saw.
This show's amazing.
I don't know why I'm blanking right now. I saw a movie called Kid Detective on Netflix.
What?
That's
one
song.
song.
Tell us about the fuck scene in that movie. Yeah.
There's sex scene in that?
There was
I'll
no,
go.
there was no sex scene.
All right, I got the last one I saw was 40-Year-Old Virgin. I showed that to my Thai girlfriend.
Oh, cool.
So they
Is
had
she
that
like
fuck.
it?
They had that fuck.
Oh, and it's a funny fuck
That's
scene.
Yeah, it's funny fuck scene.
Yeah. Well, that's a comedy.
The last one I saw was
sex scenes in comedies are more realistic because
Yeah, because
There's
stuff
more-
happens.
Because there's real funniness in
Yeah.
real sex. Like earlier, like this thing, it reminded me of when Strawberry Shortcake queefed.
that's how it smells, right?
the last sex scene I saw was have you ever seen a Prayer Before Dawn?
Yeah, the rape.
The prison rape was the last sex
Have you
scene I
guys seen
saw.
that movie? It's
Dude,
a
that
true
movie's-
story.
Dude, that movie's
about-
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
familiar.
It's a true story.
It's so gross though. It's
Um,
such a gross movie, dude.
Well,
It's-
hang on though. This is interesting to talk about.
No,
So
hold on.
it's a true story about this British dude who got mixed up in like the Yaba shit
Yeah.
here in Thailand.
Oh, I've seen that movie. Okay.
And then he ended up in jail, and he was a boxer before he got fucked up with drugs.
But he didn't get raped in the movie.
No, he doesn't. Somebody else does.
Which
So
I which, by the
funny.
way, I still find unrealistic.
Someone
to this
holds a
day.
knife to his head. I think he's lying and he actually got raped. He's just like right.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, it was my friend."
Yeah, so he's the guy next to me.
But you know what? The
He's
most,
such a beast.
the
though.
most
He's such a
fucked up
beast.
part about that rape scene
Oh,
is that the guy. Okay, so it's a man prison raping another man,
Yeah, dude.
and he's going like, "Jet B, cop," and he's like being polite to the guy who's
Yeah,
raping him.
totally.
well, yeah,
Oh
he's
my-
intimidating.
Movie made
saying
me
it
hate
hurts.
that.
But he's going like P, like the honorific,
Right.
Yeah.
like
Like
form of
older.
address.
Well, yeah, but what would
Oh,
you do?
Katona Kapi.
I guess I respect like to.
Well, if I'm getting raped, I'm.
Yeah, you're saying thank you.
Yeah.
You say thank you,
You're-
please don't kill me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You're gonna get all polite.
So.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy. But
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
dude, there was a scene.
For some reason, I have glasses.
That'd be me.
There's also a scene when he fucked a lady boy. Right?
Oh yeah.
And
he does.
like here's the thing, like I don't. That's cool. Whatever, man. You're in prison. Do your thing. But at the
It's
very
not cool.
at the very end of the movie, he.
Yeah, why?
Well, I'm saying,
It's cool. Do your
Whatever,
thing.
do your thing,
The
man.
whole story's terrifying.
No, it's a very gross movie. It's amazing though. It's super.
Dude, at one point they get a syringe.
Yeah, full of AIDS
And
blood.
they get a guy's blood who has AIDS, and then like the guy with tattoos is like, "We're gonna fucking inject you full
Yeah,
of
but the thing is,
blood."
like,
I
totally
had
believe
AIDS.
that story.
He's like, I had AIDS.
Oh,
I have
I need it.
I need it.
I need it.
Bro, but
And then somebody
but,
finally
like,
took it in the shoulder and was like, "Don't worry, I was wearing a condom."
dude, at the end you see the real guy. You know what I mean? In the glass. At the end you see the actual person. And he meets with the prisoner, the actor. And all I could think was, yo, did he really fuck that lady boy in that one scene? Yo, did he really do that?
Does he? I don't remember that scene though. I thought he like makes
That's
out with her and
crazy.
like titty fucks her or something. I don't remember.
Really? No, that's just what you did, dude.
That's just what I did with
You
that
get
lady
that
boy.
confused with this movie, bro. That's not, yeah.
Because a lot of it is so autobiographical that
Bro, you kind of look like that dude, though. You look like you're about to get
I look like a not swole version of
that
that.
dude that gets.
Uh,
You like that? Just that ass rape, like if he switched spots with the guy that got prison raped.
Oh
I
yeah.
like that dude. Yeah, for sure. Bro, but here's the thing. That movie was so. It was just like, ugh. I felt like.
Dude, it's a good movie, but it's so grimy
Right,
and
yeah.
uncomfortable to
Totally.
watch.
It's very.
Like
It's
I
shot
would,
so
I
grimy.
would.
But
do,
that's what it's really like, though. But that's
yeah,
the actual
in Thai prison.
It's the
Dude,
grimiest
he's
place.
in a room with like 30 other dudes,
Oh my
and it's
God.
this tiny
in
ass
an
room.
open cage.
Yeah.
Totally.
And then the Hong Nams, you think like
Oh.
toilets are gross in Thailand just in general? Imagine how gross they are
Dude,
in
that
prison.
first scene when I showed that toilet, I'm like, dude, this is
Dude,
the
no.
grossest movie.
Dude, I would empty all my bank accounts, and I have multiple here in this country because they force you to open a new bank account every time you get a new job. And I would extort my father. I would do everything to avoid like. I would do like a day in Thai jail, but like any significant amount of time.
Oh, dude.
You realize in one day in Thai jail it's enough to get prison raped and get
I don't
injected
think-
with AIDS blood
I don't think
and
they would-
all
they-
sorts
I don't
of
think
shit
they would
happen.
fuck because they actually.
If anything, they're gonna rape you on the
Nope.
first day to
I
break
don't
your
know.
hands.
I don't know how they.
The one thing you won't do to go to jail is
That's-
not do illegal things.
No, I'm gonna continue doing illegal things because some things shouldn't be laws, and so fuck that. I'm gonna continue doing them.
So listen, at the end of the day, so the ladyboy sex scene you had, Justin, basically what I'm saying is I think that's kind of realistic to what your experience might have been.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Well, why not? It's not gay. It's a woman.
That's just life.
And come on, man. It's not ladyboy. It's trans woman.
Trans woman. Sorry.
Relax, Chris.
That's pretty funny. But I like that movie. Made me want
not go to Thai gym.
Well, like you know how maybe some people watch that like I want to become a boxer. I watched that movie and I'm like, yo, I want to become a lady. I want to Thai prisoner, dude. I want to get raped in Thai prison, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. And the guy,
don't jab or whatever the fuck he said.
Jeb Toad. He goes, "ขอโทษนะครับพี่." Jeb Toad.
Which means?
Like, I'm sorry, sir, my ass hurts.
I don't think he really said that though.
He does. I remember because I pointed. I was watching it with.
Because I said that. Because that's what I said.
Because that's what I said. I was watching it with Fa, and I was like, "Why is he being polite to the guy?"
You know what the crazy thing is? You can look up that guy, the real guy. Look him up on Facebook, and you can just add him as a friend, dude. Like,
what, the prayer before dawn?
So you
died?
did?
Yeah.
You know that because you did.
I did. I have a mutual friend with that dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
How many friends does he have? Like,
Yeah,
3?
how many of them are
I
criminals?
don't know.
Yeah, who's the mutual friend?
The first ones I learned in Thai was
Amazing,
Jeb
dude.
Yo, you go to Thai jail, you learn pretty quick.
That's the first thing.
If you had to go to Thai jail, you would learn Thai so fucking quickly. At least you would learn things like Jeb Toad.
But does that would that stop anyone? Wouldn't they want to know like, okay, now that it hurts, I'm gonna keep going?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not doing it because
They don't care.
they're not trying to make you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. So like, what's the point of saying it?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't get it. Well, I don't know.
If anything,
what else
could I
you
thought
guys
about this? If I ended up in prison and be like, dude, I really want to suck your dick. Like, I really want to. Like, please fuck me immediately. I'll lube it up. I'll make it easy for you. Like, just take the appeal of it. Just take the edge off of that. He's not gonna enjoy it somehow. Please, like.
Oh, so you're just gonna look too eager, and he's gonna be like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
He's just trying to say how my second wife tried to get me to not fuck her in the ass. It's like, oh, I love getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now it's no fun
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, like the fun out
We
of it.
want to take the exploration out of it, you know? The Lewis and Clark element.
Right. This is good. This is getting intense. I mean, what would you expect with two dudes dressed like this? It's gonna turn to prison rape sooner or later.
Yo, like, you know what homies are? Those little things you put in the corn machine that come out little action figure Mexican dudes. They're called homies.
Yeah,
You look like one. You look like they made a flagship character. This is a fucking series.
You look like you tried to.
Hey, homies. You look like the main Oakland Raiders guy. You look like
He looks like the Oakland Raiders logo.
Oakland Raiders logo, right?
Yeah,
Just
they moved to Las Vegas.
Walking Oakland Raiders mascot.
Showed up.
I look like a fucking. I don't know.
So as a okay, this is not
You look
funny,
like a
but as
lady
a
boy who washed her makeup off.
That's funny.
Stop tricking me. Alright, Rick.
wait. So as a Puerto Rican, does it offend you or confuse you with Mexican? And not because of that Mexicans would be a bad thing, but because of just
No,
being
because
confused.
they are a bad thing.
And that's why I'm
That's the
offended.
reason why.
Because I went
What's
to the
the
US
total-
in May and they were like, "Oh, you're from Spain? Happy Cinco de Mayo!" And I was like, "You don't know what Cinco de Mayo is, right?" It's like this. I'm not Mexican. Plus, they're celebrating independence. Like it's
Oh, you guys
From us.
from
Yeah.
the country they wanted to get rid of.
Yeah, you're.
It's just like, what are you saying to me right now?
You're the England in this situation.
Yes, so it's like, oh yeah, happy independence, like.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but that's
Who asked you
more than-
this? Was it what nationality was
It was
Oh,
an
think
American
obviously.
security guard in a floating casino in Louisiana.
Oh, you celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Yes, Happy Cinco de Mayo.
So wait, what ethnicity was this security guard?
White.
So y'all celebrate Cinco de
Well,
Mayo?
he might have been, if he's
Cinco de
down
Mayo.
in Louisiana, he might be that.
He might be French.
That Cajun
Yeah.
stuff.
It's crazy how
Maybe,
people, like-
but he was. I
American-
don't know. He was ignorant. That was
Americans don't travel enough. They don't travel outside enough. They don't really Like
It's a big country.
it's
Like you
crazy,
can travel outside of your state.
Yeah, I always kind of defend because everybody always says that about Americans. Oh, they don't travel.
Yeah, but your choice is Canada or Mexico.
You have every possible type of like climate and geography kind of within America,
but not culture and not people.
Definitely not.
Definitely.
But I mean, there's different cultural aspects of different parts of the country, but it's still kind of the same.
I mean, if you want to go like if you want to go experience like climate and shit, like all right, like all right, you do that. But if you want to like see people and like things and like interesting religions and history and shit,
then you gotta go to
you gotta see how other people see life in the world and shit. You're not gonna find that traveling around the States.
You'll see a lot of different shit though.
I mean, yeah, but it's not. It's got a cap. It's not gonna exceed English. It's not gonna. They're not gonna have some kind of like weird language thing, or they have to try to
They
understand.
have loads of like weird like Amish. No, Amish not even.
No, they all speak English though.
They all speak English.
Right.
You have, like,
The point is when you
okay, they don't speak English. At least you can communicate.
when you have to communicate with someone from a language that you kind of have to like disassemble their language and kind of just talk to them like as a human, you know, in a way, and approach them like I'm like food.
Yeah.
And you kind of like have to, and it's good for you, I think.
It
It's
is
like,
good for you.
because you're trying to figure out another human being, and I think that's important because everyone's the same where we come from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you also realize, like, not to make some hippy-dippy point, but you do realize, oh, everybody's kind of the same in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But then, you go like, oh, they're so.
Oh, dude, you come too fast too, bro.
Yeah, bro.
No, bro.
I thought I was ignorant as fuck about other countries until I came here because I'd only really been to America and Mexico briefly, where I was in Cancun, which doesn't even count as Mexico because it's all just like for tourists. The real Mexicans live in a different part. So everybody that works there
out of Cancun
kind of speaks English-ish.
Yeah.
And like, whatever, with Spanish I could kind of get by a little bit and figure it out because it's so similar to French. But when I came to Thailand, I assumed that everybody, this is how ignorant I was, I assumed that everybody in the world could speak English, but they would just do it like with an accent. Like I didn't realize that there would be people in Bangkok that literally speak zero English.
To me, what I found most interesting that was coming like to Asia was the idea that I was like, oh man, like that even between, I don't know in Thailand as much, but in China for sure, was the idea that between themselves they don't understand each other. And I'm not even talking like Cantonese versus Mandarin. It's just like different accents of Mandarin. They're just like I don't know what he's talking about. I just don't know what he's talking about.
You know what's really funny to me is when various kinds of Asians need to communicate in English as the middleman language.
Yeah.
I was at Subway and there was a Japanese dude at Subway ordering his sub from a Thai girl working at Subway.
Yeah.
And he got through most of the order and I'm behind him. And then she's like, you want salt? And he's like, sauce? And then she's like, no, salt. And he's like, I already told you sauce. And then she's like, salt. And I intervened. I was like, dude, she's trying to say salt. And then he was like, oh, thank you.
Thank you, Tom Cruise. last night.
It's funny, but it happens to white people. It happens to.
Happens to anybody who,
Speaks English.
like, but that never happens to us or even you because you speak English fluently.
I do, but there's a bunch of white people that don't speak English.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Is we never need to deal with this middleman that is English. We know it fluently.
Right.
But most people around the world have to
Just get ready for the China though. That's what we're gonna have to 20 years from now.
fight that noise. I'll just stay parts where people still speak English.
What's the over under on Chris showing up in a mullet next week?
I don't think you would do it.
I don't know. I've had a shitty haircut that turned out to be a mullet when I was a kid. I had a bowl cut, and then they cut.
That was you at 17.
Wow,
I was 13.
Bowl cut.
Bro, I was 13, and I'm like,
Revolutionary.
I was 13, and I went to the barber, and I'm like, please don't. I just said I need a cut. Just whatever you do, please don't fuck it up. And they said, do you want it over the ears? Do you want it to cover? Do you want to cut over the ears, or do you want it to? And it's like they
So
gave me.
what kind of bowl cut do you want? How deep do you
They
want
gave me
it?
that option, right?
Yeah.
They gave me the option, right? And like they were like, and I was like confusing. I didn't understand. Like, what do you mean, like over the ear? Like, I know I want the hair. I want it just long, but just trim it and make it look nice and boldy. But instead, they trimmed it right above my ear. And then I said, "Fuck! All right, just leave the back long. I don't give a fuck, dude." And so I had it straight up just long ass in the front and then long ass in the back. And I walked to 8th grade, dude, and I got gunned so hard, dude, for having a mullet.
See, if he walks in to 8th grade with that, he's not getting any
it's
shit.
cool.
Because
it's cool.
He's owning that mullet.
Yeah, it looks like I pitch Major League Baseball.
Yeah. You look like your last name is like Ortiz Jr.
Yeah.
And you're a relief pitcher.
Dude, did you have a rat tail growing up as a kid in the back? Dude,
Did you?
no. But I've seen Latino like in my school. Dude, we were like, yo,
But
it's crazy.
he's eating rat tail.
When we were like, when we were kids, like, when did you start fucking flossing, dude? Like, when did you start like looking good?
Still
Before I can make memories.
Oh, flossing,
like looking good.
I thought you meant like literally.
When do you mean
No.
start looking good?
I mean, like when you started to care about your appearance, even as a kid.
Right around
you know,
12, probably.
Right, exactly. But like, I've seen Latino kids, like 4th grade, coming to school with like
That's their
fucking
parents doing that.
mohawks and like little jewelry and shit.
Yeah, that's their parents
And,
flexing through their kids
It's
instead
so
of
funny.
actually parenting.
It's amazing, dude. Wow, what a fucking
Dude, I don't want
what
to.
a culture.
I don't want to. But okay, so a lot of like poor French Canadians kind of do this too. They'll like make their kids look fancy. They'll like buy their kids nice clothes and like little necklaces and stuff, and be like, "Look how well I take care of my kid." But it's like you don't. You're actually neglecting the fuck out of the kid. You're not teaching them anything. You're just making them look kind of nice.
Yeah,
And
he's got
you're-
like a cigarette burner on his forearm.
God.
He says fuck too much. He's
Yeah.
3.
But he's got nice clothes. Cool. On that note,
Justin really wants to go home and fucking watch Game 4,
Yeah.
so we gotta cut it. We gotta cut it.
Alright.
All right, you guys want to wrap, man?
Yes.
God. All right. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. Thanks again if you're watching or if you're not. We love you no matter what.
Hey, smash that like button and
Yeah.
share with your friends.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Click subscribe.
Click subscribe or we'll fucking hunt you down and murder you. Signing out from Bangkok. That's the podcast. Thanks for watching. Have a nice night.
See you next time.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. Brought to you by Bangkok's weekly open mic and home for stand-up comedy.